Welcome back to the Week in Review as we count down the week. And what a week it was. As we told you on Monday, there was an arrest made in Thibodaux, and one of the employees was arrested for fraudulent activity having to do with time, vouchers, and everything. And we had the mayor on by phone, Tommy Eschete. Well, that led to an additional arrest on Thursday. We now give you an update. Another person arrested in that same fraudulent activity.
Jason, unfortunately, I guess we have to report that we actually made another arrest this afternoon for an employee in our recreation department. Basically along the same lines of the arrest that was made Monday. She was charged with 17 counts of injuring public records, and of course, now she's been arrested. And I think at this point in time, to tell you whether she is currently incarcerated or whether she is, has made bail or not, I'm not sure about that at this point in time.
Okay. But again, these are allegations that are turning up from an investigation, and as we had mentioned earlier, no one has been proven guilty yet, and they will have a chance at their trial in court if they so choose in the case. I know it's not an easy thing for you as mayor to deal with, but I guess this shows, though, that even though somebody may be a public employee or a civil service employee, they're not above the law.
Oh, absolutely not. It like I said, it's disappointing because we strive, and I know most elected officials strive to make sure that the public has trust in all that we do, and especially in our public employees. And it's certainly disappointing when someone when someone, I guess, violates that trust of our public. So, it's not a happy day. It's one of the unpleasant things that happens, I guess, in the course of my duties and responsibilities as mayor. But again, like I've told Martin before, and I've told the media, we're going to continue our investigation to make sure that we uncover any employees that may have been involved in this, whether they're current employees or past employees, to make sure that everyone who was supposed to perform a community service as a result of a sentence that was handed down by Thibodaux City Court or the 17th Judicial District is going to be honored. So, of course, our judicial system is interested in getting to the bottom of this, and of course, getting in touch with all of those individuals who may not have performed the community service they were supposed to perform.
Now, the first individual who was arrested, I believe it was a Ms. Godet. If I recall correctly, she had been employed as a civil service employee for some time even before you taking office. Is that correct?
She actually, I think, if my memory serves me right, she was, I think, employed by the city, I think, in October of 2007.
Okay, and
she was employed by the city.
And she was a civil service employee.
She was both of these employees were civil service employees. The individual who was charged today, Mrs. Jeanette Anderson, was actually also a civil service employee who was employed by the city, I think, in December of 2008.
Okay, and just so the residents of Thibodaux understand, civil service doesn't necessarily serve at the pleasure of the mayor, if you will. It's not the at-will employment that we normally have, where someone can just be hired and fired for any reason, if you will, let go from the job. I guess there'll be some sort of civil service hearing at this point in time for Ms. Anderson?
Ms. Godet has already been afforded her informal hearing. It actually was Wednesday, and as of today, Ms. Godet has been terminated. At this point in time, she still has due process with civil service with reference to appealing her termination. At this point in time, I don't know if she's made that decision to appeal that termination or not. Ms. Anderson will have a hearing set for Tuesday and will certainly be afforded the same due process with reference to her situation, and then a decision will be made pending concerning her employment pending that actual hearing. Both individuals have been placed on leave without pay.
All right, there you see it. The mayor certainly on top of it and really moving pretty quick on that whole incident. Well, Barbera Pierce Bush was one of the speakers at Nicholls State University. Our own Chris Carter was there and captured some of that, and let's take a look at what took place.
I'm so happy to be with you all today. I hope none of you were disappointed that it was me. I have gone places where people introduced Barbara Bush and everyone thought that it was going to be a more older little bit more well-known Barbara Bush. So you have the 29-year-old version, but it's more fun to be hanging out with y'all anyway, so I'm glad I was the one chosen. And I'm so excited to be here to talk with y'all for a little bit today and just to share some stories about some of the places that I've seen and the people that I've met, and more importantly, some really remarkable young people that inspire me every day. It seems like it was a long time ago that my sister and I were two young people that were trying to persuade our parents never to move away from Texas. When our mom and dad sat us down to tell us that our dad was running for president, we were not very happy, and we quickly tried to veto that plan. We were in college, we were about to go into college, and we really wanted to live normal lives as normal college students. But I think we all know what ended up happening, and I'm happy to share a few lessons from that today. Jenna and I first saw the White House through the idealistic, innocent eyes of 7-year-olds. For the 4 years that our grandfather, who we call Gampy, was president, my 13 cousins and I spent all of our vacations and all of our holidays running around the White House. And we played in its endless corridors, and we played house in the East Room and hide and go seek on the South Lawn. And on Halloween, my sister and I trick-or-treated up and down the aisles of Air Force One. It's true. I was dressed up as a vampire, and my sister was dressed up as a box of juicy fruit. And you don't actually really luck out when you're trick-or-treating on a plane. There's not that much exciting stuff to pick up. When we were younger, we spent our time bowling in the White House bowling alley, which when you're 7 and your grandparents have a bowling alley, it's very cool. You're very popular, actually. And our imaginations were informed and excited by the beauty and the stories of such a very magical place.
All right, that's how you saw it on Thursday of this week. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll be on Friday. So as we do, we're going to do for the whole program today, just a friendly reminder once again to please visit our webpage. And there it is. We want to try to get you in the habit of going there, and we're going to build on it. So we do want to hear from the public on it, and hopefully you'll watch us grow. They also have Canadas in the Kitchen on here. You can watch the Terrebonne General Medical Center medical programs that we tape week to week every Wednesday night, but you can watch all of the different ones. There's the cooking segment with our own Joni Petrie and Chef George and Chef Tony. And then, of course, if you want to go to the medical segment, you can also punch up Terrebonne General Medical Center's health segment, which we also do on Wednesday nights here on HTV, and there you see it. You can punch it up and watch the segments as they appear, so you can better learn about health issues concerning us in the area. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We'll wrap up Friday on the Week in Review.